So yeah, that's what I was talking about before when you were doing this before. That's what it's like. Oh, okay. Yeah. Whoa, we're live. Just 1 second. Cut. But we're not going to edit this out. I'm Coach Mike. This is the MDM Show. Thank you very much for coming to the MDM Show, brought to you by MDM Canada Multimedia Group. I'm excited for the show, and I was a little bit unexpected that was going to happen, but that's okay. It doesn't matter because this is not like paid TV, right? It's not like CBC or ABC or NBC or Fox where everything's got to be prim and proper and perfect. So this is what they call the MDM Show. Apologize, I didn't check to see what episode it was today. Again, it's around 450. We'll say it's 450, but I'll put that in here too. Again, brought to you by our friends at MDM Life Architects, where they build better bodies and they create better lives. And how do they go about doing that? So if you've heard about a custom home builder where, gee, I wish I could design the house that I would really, really, really want. I can have the kitchen the way I want it. I can have the master bedroom the way I want it. I can have the ensuite off of the master bedroom how I want it. I could have my walk-in closet where I could put all my shoes and my suits and my clothes and my jeans and all that kind of stuff. Well, guess what? I created a company called MDM Life Architects where you get to customize your life. You get to customize the life that you want, because if your life sucks right now, if it's not where you want to be, then you can customize the life that you truly, truly, truly want. And yes, it's possible. If you don't believe that's possible, then I'm here to tell you that it is possible. Customizing, it starts with your mind. We go over your mindset. It's all encompassing. It puts everything together. We go over your mindset. I know that's your mindset because your mindset. So the mindset has to do with the subconscious mind, how you put your moods together, how you put your thoughts together, how you put your emotions together, and how you put your feelings together. And then the logical mind is your conscious mind. And sometimes we're unconscious, what I like to call the walking dead. People are walking around. They don't even know where they're going or what they're saying or what they're doing. It's like I'll ask the question to someone. I've talked to thousands, probably tens of thousands of people in my time. And I found out over the research that I've done over my 50 years here on the planet that most people don't know what they want. If you ask them, what kind of life do you want? Or what are your goals? Or what are the action plans that are associated with the goals that you've set for yourself? Most people don't have a clue how to answer that. What are your goals? What kind of life do you want? Where do you want to have your house set up? What kind of foundation do you want to have your life put on the rock? What kind of vacation home do you want to have? How much money do you want to make? What kind of relationship do you want to have? How do you want to be in control of your emotions? What kind of car do you want to drive? What kind of volunteer activities do you want to do? How much money do you want to give away to charity? How many mouths do you want to feed? How many churches do you want to build? All this type of stuff that we customize for your life here at MDM Architects. And this is the MDM Show where we talk about building better bodies and creating better lives, baby. Thank you, Rod. I love that bell. It's the best idea there is. So let's go. So Bible scriptures, biblical principles, because I believe in biblical principles. That's how North America was founded, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, from the Declaration of Independence and the First and Second Amendments and all that kind of good stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, that Christian biblical principles. I know, again, I'm going to tell you this, that some people came in the name of Christ and did all the wrong things. That wasn't the real Christ. That wasn't Jesus. That was coming the wolf in sheep's clothing. So you got to have to watch out for those people. So I'm going to go right to the Bible scriptures of how the mindset is so very important, ladies and gentlemen. Our thoughts and our mindsets and our moods and our emotions. So I'm going to read from Romans 12, verse 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So what does that mean? Do not conform to the pattern of this world. Do not conform to this world. If you've been listening or awake or had your eyes opened in the last little while here on planet Earth, you can probably tell that it's not the way it's supposed to be. There's been chaos. There's been confusion. Like, we don't even know the difference between, some people can't even describe what the difference is between a man and a woman, if you can believe that or not. But we're not going to go down that path for this episode anyway. So do not conform to the pattern of this world. So if you walk into a grocery store as well, if you walked into the grocery store today, or any day for that matter, you will notice that there's not much real food on the shelves in the grocery store. So I keep on preaching and discussing that the body recognizes, because it was created by God and God created food, real food. So the body uses that the body uses that food for fuel. This is just, it's all common sense. So God created food. Each seed, a carrot seed plants carrots, an apple seed plants an apple tree. It's a law. Whatever seed gets planted, that's what will grow. And the more seeds get planted, the more of those things will grow. You can't plant a cucumber seed and think that you're going to get raspberries, for instance. You have to plant a raspberry seed to get raspberries. You have to plant a strawberry patch to grow strawberries. That's the law. So from our thoughts and the way we talk and the way we think and our moods and our feelings and our emotions are all connected to the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So you have to keep repeating this. This is a study. If you've gotten the book Think and Grow Rich, it discusses all this stuff, and you belong to the Secrets of Success Society. There's a whole bunch of information in there that you can embed into your mind and your physiology, which I recommend you highly, but you don't have to do that, obviously. You can do whatever you want to do, but this show is onward and upward, and for people that are leveling up, who has had enough of their life. Maybe your life sucks right now. Maybe your relationship is off the rocker. You can't even communicate with your husband or your wife anymore, or your boyfriend or girlfriend. You don't even know how to do that, to have a communication between each other, to tell each other how you feel, to have an actual mature communication doing that. That would be kind of nice now, wouldn't it? That'd be like great. So we show you how to do that here. We encourage you. We kind of show you, we guide you, we direct you to be able to communicate what you need to get done every single day for the rest of your life. And you work on yourself. It's personal development, self-development, and you build your connection with God as well during the whole entire thing. So the next one, here's for moods and emotions. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. That's from Proverbs 17, verse 22. We're going to go to Proverbs 15, verse 13 now. A happy heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. So these are moods. What does a happy heart means? It's like your mood, your feelings, your emotions. You got a smile on your face. You by your physiology and your state and your body language, you can tell whether you're in a good mood or not, or if you're a happy-go-lucky type of person, or you're like just grunting like no. So so you can tell basically. And if you analyze yourself, you look at yourself in the mirror and you have the ability to be self-aware and self-actualized, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is self-actualization. Pardon my French or Spanish or English or whatever that was. Self-actualization. If you have the ability to self-actualize yourself, you can have the ability to monitor your thoughts and monitor your feelings, monitor your moods. Time out. Monitor your moods and your emotions. So you have emotional intelligence, and then you can tell if you're starting to feel angry, or you can tell if you feel sad. You can tell if you're joyful or happy. You can tell if you're remorseful. You can tell if you're shameful or regretful. So whatever moods that you are putting yourself in on a regular basis, that's where your life is going to be. That's going to be your physical reality, because whatever goes on in your mind is going to be your reality. Well, whether it's your reality in actuality, but eventually it will be your reality in actuality. The more you think about it, the more you talk about it, and the more you put energy towards that, that will, it's works. it creates your reality. So be very careful on the words that you say, your self-talk, the words you say to other people, your thoughts, and then when you put that mixed with energy and feeling and your mood, that just goes a little bit quicker now, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely. So we got tools. We got tools. Yes, we do. We got tools. How about you? The tool down here in this little thing that's moving down here. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. I'm not supposed to give the book away, but you probably already know what it is. If you go to the www Grow Rich Life, that gets you into a whole new realm. All you got to do is put in your name and put in your email address. That's the first step. That's your first step. If you have not gotten that book yet, it not only gets you the book, it gets you two other books that are like ridiculous. Two other books that I'm not even going to say anything about them, because anything I say about them will not do them justice, because I'm an affiliate of Russell Brunson and the Secrets of Success, because I've been so Secrets of Success is money success. Do you carry around $1 million bills with you wherever you go? Because I was talking about that other way. I was thinking about that. Mike, you are kind of contradicting yourself, because you're not supposed to carry money around. You're supposed to put that money to work. So I got to put these $1 million to work. Each $1 million has to go to work to duplicate itself. So I can't contradict myself. I can't carry $1 million bills around without putting them to work. So I have to be able to duplicate this 1 million into 2 million, then the 2 million into 4 million, then the 4 million to 8 million, then the 8 million to 16 million, 16 million to 32 million, 32 million to 64 million, and 64 million to 128 million. Duplicate itself every 3 to 5 years, right? Put them to work. They got to put to work hard. Or another analogy I was using, it's a little sexual content, which you got to watch your sexual innuendos and your sexual content, but I'll say it anyway. If each dollar was a male and the other dollar was a female, you put them to work of having babies. So each dollar, again, you got to split them in half. There's males and females. So you put them to, okay, you guys, you're going to have as much sex as you possibly can, because you're going to get pregnant every 9 months. That's a good analogy too. So you're going to duplicate yourself every 9 months. So because you're going to get yourselves pregnant with each other. So you got to have to learn to work together and love each other and have sex with each other. But the dollars have to love each other first before they can have sex with each other, right? Then you know that you have a good duplicatable dollar that's going to be coming up and growing into another dollar, and they would just repeat the process. That's what you should do with your money, if you want a visual for that. But they have to love each other first, and they got to be amalgamated in a loving marriage first, because that makes sense. Because if you're not doing that first, if you're not planning it, that's how you got to go about doing it, exercising self-control. You just don't go have sex with everybody walking around just because you would need to fulfill your urges, which gets people into trouble, right? Definitely. So how do you go about programming this? Well, I gave you one tool that you need to do, that you should already have done. If you haven't already done that, go to www.growrichlife.com, www.growrichlife.com. Put your first name in, put your email in. That'll take you to like a screen you'll be blown away of the screen you're going to see after that. You'll be like, why didn't anybody ever show me this before? Because once you get there, that's a whole new world of people who have succeeded at the highest levels, and they are going to bring you into their world, and they're going to create a world for you that allows you to program your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, and program your mind with the material that is going to be beneficial for you, the material that's going to be beneficial for the people that you love and care about, and beneficial for your communities, the neighborhoods, so we can start creating some positive change in the world here right now. Because if every human being took it upon themselves today and every single day to transform your mind, to transform the way you speak, to transform the way you talk, to transform the way you think, to transform the choices you make on a daily basis, the actions that you take on a daily basis, which will in turn create habitual habits that will create habits in your life. Habits? Yeah, that's right. I said habit. That'll create habits. So do you create good habits or do you create bad habits? Some people don't even believe that there's good or bad, that there's good and evil. But there is, because you can see what's going on in the world right now. I'm sure a lot of you have been in hell already here on Earth. So you get two envelopes when you come to Earth here on the Earth plane. When you get born, you get two envelopes and you get two paths. There's only two paths you can take. One will lead down this path. If your thoughts and your choices and your act, I forgot my water. Can you believe that? So I'm not going to be on here long anyway. So the path will take you down this path, which leads to hell here on Earth and hell in eternity, or this path, which will lead you to heaven here on Earth and heaven in eternity. Which one do you want to choose? Which path do you choose? If you do these sets of actions, that will take you to hell here on Earth and hell into eternity. If you follow these sets of actions, that will take you to heaven here on Earth and heaven into eternity. So you get the choice. God gave you free will to get the choice. And that's all I'm going to touch on here today. I just want to make sure that you know about MDM Life Architects, life after sport. Begin with the end result in the forefront of your mind. So this is for athletes who have finished their sport, who don't know who their identity is after they're done their sport. And then the best thing we can do is those athletes, and I will help as well, go to the athletes that are just beginning in grade 7 and 8 in high school and university and college and amateur and junior that go on to the pro ranks and to the Olympic ranks, because there's only be about 1% of you that are actually going to make it to the big time. And you have to be able to stand out that 1% of the people. The rest of you guys, you got to be able to build your lives the same way the pros and the Olympians need to build their lives. You're mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, physically, your body, your career, your education, what type of business you want to run, what kind of career you want to run, the skills and the training you're going to need to do that, what kind of relationships you're going to build with your friends and your family and your intimate relationship with your husband and your wife, how you're going to go about doing that, how to communicate, all this stuff so you can actually go into the world and communicate with other human beings. God forbid, communicating with other human beings, having a conversation to tell you what your opinion is and what your beliefs are and what you actually have to say. You can say whatever you choose to say. It doesn't matter. People need to realize that we have freedom of speech. It's okay. People aren't going to agree with you. People are going to hate you. People are going to try to cut you down. That's just a part of life. Gone through that my whole entire life, but you have to build a confidence up in yourself. That's why you get built on the rock. If you're doing the right things, you can't go wrong. If you're doing the right things, you can't go wrong, even though people are not going to like that, because you're going to show them up and you're going to create a standard. You're going to create a precedent that they have to keep up with that. Most people don't have the ability. They have the ability, they just choose not to. Raise your standards. So if you keep raising your standard, people are going to say, oh, look at that guy, or look at that woman. Who does he or she think he is? Does he or she think you're better than I am? It's like, no, you're just raising your standard because you're not putting up with that crap anymore. So you either come up, raise the standard with them, or you drop down and you keep with the bottom dwellers. It's entirely up to you. So that's what we do. We customize your life. We raise the standard in your life. We get you to figure out how your moods and your feelings and emotions are going to coincide with your thoughts and your talk, and how that produces everything on your outside, how to create the actions that are going to be aligned with the goals that we're setting for yourself. So it's like a flywheel, and it's like picking a destination of where you want to go. That's customizing your life. Okay, this is the life I want. It's way over here, but I'm over here. And so we're going to set the goals to get over here. But then we're going to need a bunch of different vehicles and a bunch of different tools and a bunch of different roadmaps and a bunch of different strategies to start from here to get to here, so we can actually get way over here. And then when we get here, we have to do it again. That's where you level yourself up. You keep leveling up and you keep leveling up each step at a time. Remember, each little step, it's a journey. It's a process. It's not a quick fix. You can't just get from A to B, boom. It's not going to work. It doesn't work that way. Wouldn't be any fun anyway, because you got to go through the adventure, right? If you didn't go through the adventure, it'd be like, well, this is boring. This sucks. Why would I even want to do this? Are you kidding me? This is not gonna work. So I got to keep this short today, under 20 minutes. We're gonna go again. I'm Coach Mike. This is the MDM show, sponsored by MDM Life Architects, Custom Life Builders. The Custom Life Builders. I know you might not have heard of that term before, but we're custom life and business builders. You can customize any type of life you want, but we have to reprogram your mind first. It has to start with a renewing of your mind. Oh yeah, there's one more here. This one is so important. Where is it here? Where is it? This is one of my favorite ones. Philippians 4:8. Remember Philippians 4:8 from the Bible? Philippians 4:8. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, praiseworthy. Think about those things. Think about those things in your life. Because if you're not thinking about those things in your life, what are you thinking about? The opposite. And if you think about the opposite, then your thoughts go to that, then your talk goes to that, then your physical reality becomes that. And if you don't like your physical reality, then you got to flip that. You got to flip that. And I walk you through how to do that when we customize your life. All you got to do is get a hold of me somehow. I ain't hard to find. I keep saying I'm right here. I ain't hard to find. All you got to do is get a hold of me. You don't have to be afraid to call me or talk to me, when some people are, because they're, well, I'm not where I should be, or not where I'm supposed to be, or I'm afraid to tell you where I'm at. I don't care. I've been rock bottom. I don't care where you're at, because I've been there. I'm not going to discuss that because I don't like going there, but I've been to the bottom. So I've been to the bottom, and it's not a good time. I've been to hell. I don't like it in hell, so I'm going to stick to heaven, and you should stick to heaven too, but you have to do certain things to get there. You have to have certain beliefs to get there. You have to have faith to get there. And on a spiritual level, you have to develop a personal relationship with Jesus Christ to be able to get there for eternity. You can get to heaven here on earth, and you can get to heaven here into eternity as well, if you choose to do so. Made it pretty simple for you. It's simple. Okay, guys, I love you guys. God bless you guys. We're over the 20-minute mark, and that's where it starts. It all starts mindset, thoughts, feelings, your moods. If you're in a crappy mood, you have crappy feelings, you have negative emotions the whole time, your life's going to suck. And you're going to attract all this stuff. This is the law. I didn't write the law. I didn't make the law. These are God laws. These are God's laws, and these are natural laws. Natural laws. So think of it as a seed. When you're going to plant a seed in your brain, from the programs that you watch on TV, that's why you got to watch this show, because this is going to program good seeds into your mind, into your brain. That's why you got to watch this show and tell everybody else to watch this show, because this is going to plant good seeds into your mind. So when you plant good seeds by the audios you listen to, and the TV that you watch, and the company you keep, and the environments that you put yourself in on a regular basis, and the job you have, and the attitude you have, and the mood you have, and the feelings you have, and the emotions you exercise, all these things, the books you read, the people you hang out with, your friends, your family, you add all these things together, and that's basically your life. But you get to customize, you get to choose where you want to live on the planet, what kind of house you want to live in on the planet, what kind of car you want to drive, what kind of job you want to have, what kind of business you want to create, what kind of body you want to create, what kind of mind you want to create, what kind of relationship do you want to create. You have the ability to do all this. What kind of sport do you want to play? What kind of instrument do you want to play? What kind of art do you want to create? What kind of symphonies do you want to create? What kind of crafts do you want to make? Whatever it is for you, you can do it. I believe in you, but you got to believe in yourself too. And that's why the renewing of your mind has to take place. And it's a process that it just doesn't happen once. It's like, okay, I'm good. Every single day, you got to be able to program it properly, baby. And then you got to put your money to work right here. Put your money into appreciating assets, and assets that are going to cash flow, assets that are going to increase in value, will provide you equity, and assets that are going to give you cash flow on a regular basis. We won't go much deeper than that. This $1 million needs to duplicate itself every 9 months. So I love you guys once again. Thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you guys stopping by the show. Thank you so much. I'm excited to do these shows. If you can't see the energy that I have, we're talking really fast, and I can't even keep up with the words that I have to say, because my mind's just like, I got so much information to give these guys that this is what I'm not going to sit here and say, well, Welcome to the MDM show, everybody. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you feel that you need to do so, I would kindly suggest that you stop by my website. It's www.growrichlife.com. Put in your first name, you put in your email. That'll take you to a page that's unbelievable. And then you get to select from the smorgasbord of information, and it's free. You have to pay shipping though. And to be a guest on the show, to book Coach Mike for a speaking engagement with your team or your firm, or a free 20-minute life audit or a life blueprint, then email me at mdm.canada.group@gmail.com or get a hold of me somehow and we'll set it up. No problem. I ain't hard to find, folks. I love you guys. God bless you guys. And onward and upward, baby. That's the end of the show. We're done. We're done. See you later. And I made it without the water. Cha-ching. Yeah. We made it